We're back on the Carter Morning Show. This is your boy Travis James. We're here on the LEG Radio Network. I got some special guests right here on the line. I have Team IsArt on the line. Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, man? What's up, bro?
Not much, man. Same here, man. Chilling, trying to make it through this day. Feeling a little tired at the moment, but hey, it's all good. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves to the listening audience? Maybe they don't know you or familiar with your music, or they may be familiar with your music, but either way, why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Chris. I knew you were going to make me go first. So this is Chris. You may know me as C. Duran, one half of IsArt. Yeah, that's it, man. Just looking for me on Twitter, anything like that. C_Duran 24. Caleb?
Oh, man. He was much quicker than I anticipated. Hey, I'm Caleb. I am the other half of IsArt, Team IsArt. And I am also on Twitter at Caleb_is, IsArt, ART. I was about to say .com, but you don't have .coms on Twitter. And that's where I'm at, and we're IsArt.
That's what's up. Now, this IsArt movement. Can y'all explain to us a little bit, what is that all about? What is this IsArt movement? What do you guys stand for? What is this whole movement in music about?
Who's going to take that one? You want me to go, Chris? I'll take it. Unless you want to take it, bro?
You can go first, and I go after you.
All right, cool. All right, IsArt basically, at least as far as my portion of the vision is concerned, IsArt is basically an attempt to artistically portray the goodness and the grace and the mercy of God, and to do that in an artistic way, and hopefully, I know everybody says they try to do something different, but we want to do it in a way where we're not making art, but I'm probably going to steal one of Chris's taglines. We're not making art, but we are literally we're the art of God. We're His penmanship, we're His pottery, we're His clay, and He makes us the way that He wants to, and we basically use any avenue, whether it be rapping or spoken word or whatever else. We use that as a way to articulate it. As far as what we stand for, man, like for me, and you probably want to come back to us and ask us later. For me, I'm trying to take the experiences and the vibe and I guess the vision that I've seen in the youth group at our church and in the college and career group at our church, and basically in experiences that I've seen around in the bus ministry, so on and so forth, and just compile that and execute it in a way where, like, people that don't live in Virginia, because we're from Virginia, we're Newport News, so people who don't live in Virginia, like, they can have that same vibe artistically, and they can connect with us musically, and walk with us in our journey as we try to follow Christ as best as we can. Chris?
IsArt was like, Caleb first told me about it, and it started off like a joke, and then a few years later it just kind of grew, and now my vision for it is like, I just think God can use any and everything that we do, any talent, any ability, any amount of our time that we give to God, He can use it. So I feel like if there's somebody that does, now it's not just going to stop with music, but if somebody is doing photography or painting or whatever they do, they can use it for the glory of the Lord. So just pretty much the same thing that Caleb was saying, but that's my vision.
Yeah,
cool,
you should have gone first.
It's funny you're talking about it's funny you're talking about painting, because I actually I had to do a show up in Philly. I think it was about April and May, and there was this guy. His way he ministered the gospel is he painted. So he had this whole little setup where it was like a diagram. Like at first you're just looking at a bunch of lines and circles, but as he started to paint, as he was telling the gospel, it created a whole diagram of like Jesus being born, him down on the cross, and you know him rising again. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. But that's random. But now I heard Caleb. He was talking about you know how everybody says they want to be different and they're trying to be different, and nobody wants to be in a box these days, right? We hear Lecrae say that. We hear Trip Lee say that. They don't want to be put in a box. But do you guys feel like now that everybody's going that direction, that has become a box in itself? And fellas, with your type of music, the way you guys create music, you guys are actually out the box. Do you guys feel that way?
Chris is better with bridling himself. I'm going to let Chris take that one.
That's a good question. Are we out the box? Really, I just say, like, if you listen to, like, our project that we dropped in February entitled Portraits, if you listen to that, like, it's very authentic. So, I mean, as far as being real, I guess we could say it's out of the box because we're not trying to be fake or anything. Like, we give you everything, our failures, our victories, and everything. So, I don't know. I guess it's how you look at it. But, I mean, for me, I think we just make real, authentic music, and that's why people, like, have been able to relate to what we say and what we do, because we give it to you in a real way, even if it's the joys, the pains, no matter what.
Yeah, that's one thing.
That was poetic.
That's one thing I actually took from your project when I listened to it. It's I will say it's unique. You guys are original. There's nobody that sounds like you guys. Like, there's nobody that sounds like you guys. And you guys, like you said, you guys make real, authentic music. And you guys probably have the first full-length project where I feel there are no filler tracks at all. Like, I don't really look at any. Yeah, I don't really hear any songs that I can say are filler tracks. Like, it's like every song actually fits a purpose. Because, you know, you listen to most full-length projects, mixtapes, even albums, they just have tracks that are thrown in there just to be radio-friendly, or, you know, just that has nothing to do with the rest of the project, but it's just on there just to make some noise. And I don't feel like your project has that. I feel like it's everything ties in from start to finish. Now, with that being said, definitely. With that being said, do you guys feel like because your music is so real and authentic, it may not always be received well, or your style may not be received well by everybody? Because it seems like everybody is flocking and pushing artists, like I said before, into a box where everybody's trying to fit a particular sound, and it's kind of that turn up, Jesus in your rhymes type of sound.
Right. Well, trying to think of the best way to word this. Like, for me, I was actually having, and even as far as you said, as far as the picking of the music, and I thank God for Chris, or C. Duran, whatever we're calling him, for being my brother in this whole thing, because I'm a lot more. I have a tendency to be. I tend to have an idea for something, but I also tend to be impulsive. And so with the internet, you know, and even though we are a quote unquote group, we're more of a collective. Even though it's just two of us. Well, actually, we have somebody else that we're discipling right now. But so I have a tendency to I'll record something, you know, I'll sit in my room, you know, and I'll hear a beat, and I'll start writing to it, and then I'll get the microphones and everything out, or I'll go to the studio and I'll record something, and I'll be like, Chris, I'm about to drop this junk. And he'll be like, well, I don't know how to tell you this, but, you know, and I was actually having a conversation with one of the people from our church, and I wanted to drop a song and everything, and they said, you know, you just got to be, I was like, I don't know what I want to be this, or I want to do that, and they said, why don't you just be you, you know, and, like, don't get it twisted, we love turn-up songs, like, we could do a turn-up beat in a moment, you know, like, we'll do it, but it's just whatever we feel and wherever we're at, you know. I feel like Portraits itself, like, it kind of if you listen to Portraits, you can almost, to an extent, follow me and Chris through like almost, 2 years worth of time, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah, you can literally follow us through 2 years worth of time in our lives, and, you know, the ups and the downs, like the Reminisce song, like that's a real song that came out in a really real moment for us. And so, as far as being in the box or anything like that, I mean, our music is going to reach who our music is designed to reach. And, you know, if, God forbid, the only people our music ever reaches is, you know, a couple of youth groups and a couple of college groups and a couple of dudes on the block that, you know, are around the churches that we're connected to, I mean, it might not be lucrative, and I would hope to make money off of it at some point in time, but if it reaches those people, then it reaches those people. And I think that's, you know, whoever God has called us to reach and whoever God has called us to minister to and entertain simultaneously, I feel like that's, from my perspective, I feel like that's what it is. People don't listen to us. I mean, we want to engage everybody, but, you know, there's somebody else out there that people might like more, you know, and that's just part of the game. But we're going to do the best that we can to articulate ourselves in a way where people hear our music, they vibe with the beats, they vibe with the lyrics, and most importantly, we bring them in with the message of Jesus Christ.
No doubt, no doubt. We're going to go ahead and get into one of your singles right now. Definitely play this for the listeners so they can get a taste of what we're talking about. So right now, here on the Carter Morning Show with your boy Travis James, we got Caleb and C. Duran of IsArt in the building right now. Well, actually on the phone. And this is their single, There's No Way.
People get too much of like artists that they want people to hear. We try to present ourselves as like this perfect artist to people, but at the end of the day, we're just like regular people. So when I talk to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that honesty, I don't really rap, I just write what's on my mind. And God engineers that, it happens to rhyme. In the beginning was the word, I pray the spirit guides mine. And I don't take life lightly, so thank you for your time. And me, I just write for my kids, which means I teach middle school, but I pray for a wife and future tense. They got guns in these school zones, I'm paying these college loans. The Middle East is war tone, and man, this future's tense. Chief among sinners, better went to the planet. This earth is not my home, and this flesh, I can't stand it. From Christ, I raise the standard like love God, love people. Yeah, I'm trying to meet that standard, cause he took me from the blues to a bloodstained banner of love at the table, so I sing my manners. Grace said he never leave nor forsake me. I said there was no way, but Jesus came to save me. I said there was no way, and Jesus saved me. And I thought there was no way, but Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way, but Jesus saved me. But Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way, but Jesus saved me. And I thought there was no way, but Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way, but Jesus saved me. But Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me. They got this culture sick, and they swear they ill. Me, I keep it kosher, so you know the deal. They serve guys that ain't real. Man, that can't be good. And they talking to empty chairs, sorta like Eastwood. But Christ, he gave blood, sorta like Eastwood. Died and resurrected like he said he would. Ask anything in his name, Jesus said he could. But sometimes I lack the faith, Jesus said he would. Not ask and believe, my Father is a king, so I carry the same gift that I pray you will receive. Not ask and believe, my Father is the king, so I carry the same gift that I pray you will receive. Cause he took me from the blues to a bloodstained banner of love at the table, so I say my manners. Grace said he never leave nor forsake me. I said there was no way, but then Jesus came to save me. I said there was no way, and Jesus saved me. And I thought there was no way, but Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way, but Jesus saved me. But Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way, but Jesus saved me. And I thought there was no way, but Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way, but Jesus saved me. But Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me. said there was no way. Jesus saved me. And I thought there was no way. But Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way. But Jesus saved me. But Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way. But Jesus saved me. And I thought there was no way. But Jesus saved me. And I said there was no way. But Jesus saved me. But Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me.
All right, and we're back on the Carter Morning Show. That was There's No Way by Team IsArt. They are still on the line. We're over here talking. Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/LEG Radio. Let us know what you think of the song. So, fellas, who are your biggest inspirations musically? Because I'm listening to your music, and I'm kind of curious, so who inspires you musically?
Chris.
Go. Well, before I get into that, I want to say, like, I told Caleb this once, like, with portraits, the one good thing about portraits is, like, I don't think anybody can listen to portraits and say we were trying to be like this artist or trying to duplicate what this artist did, so I think that was kind of cool. But as far as, like, influences, musically, I pretty much take everything that I've, like, heard musically and kind of just vibe off of that. Like, I just really write what I feel. Most of the time when I'm doing, like, music, like, I'm just writing anyway to, like, no beat sometimes. So it's like just trying to, I'm also influenced by life and my situations and stuff like that. But I mean, there's plenty of artists that I definitely listen to, and I look at what they're doing, and definitely like guys like Christian Grey and John Gibbs and Swoop and Jay Gibbons and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, it's my turn.
Cool. Yes, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way. One of the things that I have an issue with, another reason why I thank God for Chris is kind of has like an internal metronome. If you listen to the way that Chris raps, he's very metronomal. I don't know if that's a real word or not, but I just made it one. He's very metronomal. So like he stays on that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. He stays on that. Like he's very good at it. He can hear a beat. He knows exactly where he's supposed to come in. And when he messes up, I jokingly call him the teacher's pet, because when he messes up, he's like, no, I messed up, and everybody else thinks it's a good take, and he's like, no, it's off beat. Like that one word is off beat. And so me, similar to Chris, I just kind of, and I said it in There's No Way, I don't really rap, I just kind of write what's on my mind. It's maybe see him up as a slight exaggeration, but I just write words down. I'm operate more in a poet vein. So I'll write things down as a poet oftentimes. And most of my things that sound more rapperish are generally recycled freestyles over in my head, but the things that sound more lyrical are generally actually like poems and spoken words and stuff like that, altered to accompany the beat. So I just basically write and I try to find a beat to fit the rhymes, which can get really complicated, which is why I have to have Chris to keep me on beat, literally. But as far as musical inspiration, I vary so much. Currently, I'm listening to a lot of West Coast. Of course, John Gibbs is really popular right now. I have a lot of respect to Ohio influence. Your Christian Greys, your Taylor Greys, your Swoops, your Armands. Then, of course, the church that I go to, my youth group is really big on like the whole social club misfit thing. So wherever I go, if I'm with my youth group and my middle schoolers or my high schoolers are in the car, that's what they want to listen to. So I naturally hear a lot of that as well. I like Propaganda. I really like the West Coast scene, Ohio scene, and then the Florida scene. So that's what I'm listening to a lot.
Now,
yeah.
Okay. Well, at this point, the biggest news right now, or the biggest thing in our industry everybody's talking about Lecrae and this #1 album, all the recognition he's getting. You know, he just had his concert on his Anomaly tour on Sunday night out in Hollywood, and it streamed on Yahoo Sunday night, and then he flew. Crazy. I think it was real crazy, and I think he did an interview with Power 106 with Big Boy's Neighborhood out in L.A. Flew across the country, did an interview with Hot 97 with Ebro in the morning, and then flew back across country to do another show out in California, and is going to be on Team Nick. So Lecrae's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. He's everywhere. So how do you guys view his success, and how do you think that impacts the movement you have?
Chris, you want to take this one?
I can.
All right.
I think, it definitely opens doors. I mean, for people to listen to more Christian artists. I actually had a friend, one of my old friends, she hit me up one day and she was like, yeah, I just started listening to Lecrae. She was like, I don't know if I can go much further than that, but I'm like, that's a start. You never know what God can do with that and how God can change your life just from that door being open. So, I mean, it affects us because of like I said, it just gives more of a people more of an ear, so they hear the Lecrae and they're like, oh well, maybe all these Christian artists aren't whack, and maybe some of them are, pretty dope, can spit and make good music. So it helps us out in that way.
Cool. Now let me ask you this. Now you guys don't necessarily make what people call I feel like you guys make. And I'm sorry if this may be taken the wrong way. You guys make more of the backpacker music, would you say?
Yeah.
So that isn't necessarily like the popular thing. Like I think the thing everybody's on right now is that West Coast DJ Mustard, Black Knight type feel, or those real commercial songs. So the music you guys make isn't necessarily what they would consider radio friendly now. But nowadays, it seems like artists can actually build a fan base and sell records without having a radio-friendly single. Now, with that being said, how does that affect the way you guys make music? Do you guys feel the pressure to move towards the radio-friendly songs, or do you guys feel you're more comfortable staying in your lane?
I'm sorry, I just got dropped. I just got back in. You said you were talking about the radio-friendly single.
Yeah, you guys probably don't fit the mold of like the Black Knight type, the DJ Mustard sounding radio singles. With the whole West Coast with the synth going and the billion A's in the background.
Right.
Those type of songs. Do you feel pressure to make those type of songs because that's what's popular? That's what people are wanting to hear and wanting to dance to, or do you guys feel the need to stay in your lane because at the same time with the digital age you can build a fan base without having a radio friendly song?
It's like I said, like I try to make, when I think of making music, I try to make music that everything that I do. I had somebody talk to me once, and they said, if you are, God gives you a talent. Everything that you do as a talent should come out of basically what you do for your local church. Like everything basically starts in and around your local church, the local assemblies that you associate with, or the assemblies that you associate with. And so, like, I listen, like, I know what type of music I like to hear, But I also know, like I said, I work with middle school guys at my church. Chris works with the elementary children, kids, and then we both are in the college group at our church. So we know what those people are listening to, and so we want to make stuff that they'll listen to. And so for me, like, if you listen to Portraits, we have a song called Mr. Backpack, and it's like real lyrical, real break tracks and all that stuff. And that's dope. Like, I like stuff like that. I like doing the whole rapidy rap, lyrical miracle type stuff. But at the same time, if I have, 2 or 3 middle schoolers in my car, and we're on our way to church or we're on our way to Bible study, they're going to be talking about the latest whomever. So we have to find a way to get our message, the Jesus-centered, Book of Acts message that we're trying to give people and trying to revolutionize people's lives. So we got to find a way to do that and still communicate with them, because it does me no good if I'm doing a whole bunch of, rhymes and all this stuff over like a Jay Dilla beat. And I love Jay Dilla beats, but if the kids aren't listening to it, like, who are we reaching? We're just, I heard a preacher say it once, it's basically like fondling yourself, like it's just making yourself feel good. And we want to be effective. We want to stay true to who we are, but we also have to be effective at the same time. And so I don't want to say pressure. I love making. We got some quote unquote mainstream singles in the vault. We got a couple of mainstream features in the vault that we've done with other people. But at the same time, we're going to stay true to ourselves and do what we feel like God has called us to do. But we also want to reach the people that we associate with, nothing else.
Definitely. Now, what is the biggest challenge you guys have when it comes to reaching a potential fan base, like reaching people that aren't familiar with you? What is the biggest difficulty you have, or the biggest challenge?
I think it's just being so new to it, man. Just trying to figure out ways. Like, obviously, we have a great aid in social media, but you still have to be creative in your way, in the way that you try to reach out to people. Because it's like, you just go around like spamming people, like people aren't going to respond to it, and like how you use words. Like, I hate, like, for me personally, I don't like the word mixtape. That's why I never call Portraits a mixtape, because I feel like the word mixtape nowadays has like such a negative meaning to it, because everybody has a mixtape, everybody's a rapper. So like, just trying to find ways to push what we're doing without got the word I was about to say, without doing too much, pretty much.
Cool. Well, let me ask you this. Between you two, you guys went head to head in a battle. I'm talking about that. What was that battle they had? It was like Joe Buttons and Loaded Lux and all these other people. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was on like pay-per-view, but that type of battle. You get 3 rounds apiece and no beat. Who's coming out on top?
Here's the thing, I think. In battles, when there's ways people judge battles. You got the crowd that's actually there, and then when nowadays with social media, the battles go online and everybody says how the rounds go. So I think it would go like in person, people might say me just for flow wise, but when you actually go over it, like with lines, like how metaphors and how deep the lines are, you go back to listen to it, it'll definitely be Caleb. Probably by a landslide.
But having said that, Chris is my favorite rapper. Like, Chris is so smooth with it. Like, Chris could say something simple, but he'll say it so smooth that you'll feel like you just got 2 pieces in the throat, And I'll spend like all day just trying to get something together, and it might not come off right. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Chris's answer. I like his answer. It's a safe one.
All right, well that's cool. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming through, man, and kicking it with us. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to say to the listeners, or letting them know once again where they can reach you?
Chris, you want to go first?
You go ahead.
All right. First of all, y'all need to check out www.isart, isart.bandcamp.com. That is www.isart, ISART, at bandcamp.com. So check that out. And then after you do that, y'all need to go on Facebook and follow us on Facebook. And then y'all need to follow us on Twitter at IsArt, ISART underscore. I don't know why we have the underscore. We're just random like that, so we put an underscore. And then you need to go download Portraits for free, which is on the Bandcamp site. And then always remember, there is no other way but Jesus. Jesus is God. And I love my church, TPP, RSM, Revolution Student Ministries, Leverage Young Adults, all of them, real dope stuff. And shout out to my boy L7 out in California. He's been hooking us up like real heavy. Like IsArt wouldn't even be as dope as it is without the help of L7. And also I wanted to send a shout out to my boy Mark J out from Chi-Town. He's dropping some stuff. We just came out the studio with him. I just came out the studio with him last night, and there for like 3 hours. And this man is just pushing out some golden stuff, and he's just been helping us out and molding us. But I really want to shout out my church family, my real family, Jesus Christ, of course. Jesus is God. There is no other but Jesus, and that's it.
I want to say definitely go check out our Twitter page, our Instagram page. Our Instagram is @weare_isart. Check us out. You just got on YouTube. Caleb just dropped a video for There's No Way. Definitely go check that out.
Go watch the video, please.
Yes. Yeah, go watch the video. We're on SoundCloud. Just put in IsArt. Then, like, for personal Twitter, like, I'm C_Duran24. Caleb is Caleb_IsArt. And thanks for having us, and thanks everybody for supporting us and praying for us and pushing us, man. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, real talk. Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, we're not going to leave the listeners empty-handed. IsArt, they're headed out. This is still the Carter Morning Show with your boy Travis James. We're going to leave y'all with another single from IsArt. This is called Waves on the LEG Radio Network.
Messes in my life, but I'm precious in his sight. Get direction in new life. He blesses and delights in me. He cares, he shares in the loads I carry. He's there with me. Though I stumble and fall, he bears with me. Got our hairs numbered. We shouldn't dare slumber. Has a home up in heaven that's been prepared for us. For God so loved the world that he created, that he wrapped himself in flesh and he died just to save it. Came to earth, not as king, but the title stayed. In him I move and have my being, that's a tidal wave. Took my sins of regret, I've been loose to the shackles. In the end they breathe death, like the use of tobacco. So right now, I'ma work while it's day, cause he healed my heart's hurts from being burnt and decayed. No longer locked like a bird in a cage. So until he's back for his church, I'ma surf on his wave. It's amazing, by your grace, that I am here today. Like a wave tossed in the ocean, how you wash my sins away. I'm so thankful, I can't wait for the day I hear you say, well done my faithful servant, and I can rise like waves. Being real, I am surely unworthy of God's grace and mercy. So through this worldly love, I give thanks to the Lord who didn't burn me, cause I should be in hell's gates, but he's promised me pearly ones. So behold, the king of the streets of gold, whenever face the feet of foe, my heart placed me alone. Power in the name of Jesus, there's no secret code. Baptism in his name, blot your sins, will bleach your old. And he's got more Clorox for your sore spots, to cleanse from sin within, to prevent core rot. Open up and let him in, don't keep the door locked or snooze, cause if you snore a lot, you miss the door knock. He bore a lot on the cross, Lion of Judah who doesn't have to roar a lot to get the point across. He can make a path through when he see you go across. So go across, he provides what we need to afford the cost. He's awesome, by your grace, that I am here today. Like a wave tossed in the ocean, how you wash my sins away. I'm so thankful, I can't wait for the day I hear you say, well done my faithful servant, and I can rise like waves. You heal all the pain since aching me. Amazingly, you favor me. First and last, my A to Z. Cruise control, soothe my soul with the words you say to me. The debt you pay for me, save me from the Hades heat. Though the waves they beat, you calm the seas, they're raging me. Through the storm, you anchor me. With you on my side, there's always been a way made for me. Heart skipping this love, I'm not tripping like Anne-Marie. I just wish that they could see. Till then, I just pray for peace. Blessings you prepare and deliver like catering. Hell, the king who fits me like a tailor piece. Peace to the problems and situations that anger me. Fulfill your promise faithfully. You deserve the praise for me. Never press for time. Wrap yourself in flesh and die so that I won't be left behind. When he gets his bride, bless my mind, help me leave all that mess behind. He's alive, returning in seconds for a second time. It's time by your grace that I am here today. Like a wave tossed in the ocean, how you wash my sins away. I'm so thankful, I can't wait for the day I hear you say, well done, my faithful servant, and I can rise like